Nerdcore could rise up. It could get elevated. Nerdcore could rise up. It could get elevated. Nerdcore.
I would say that I would have a clever song today, but I'm too tired. I have not had time. I have been so damn busy. So, Bad Batch, Nerkie.
You're so tired. She's so tired. Like Lily Von Stupp.
I'm so...
Did you get that one?
Yes.
I'm glad you got that one.
You... I don't know if you guys have been listening to the other 50 episodes. As of this one, this will be the 50th episode, but Kyle and I crack each other up. Even if we don't make you laugh, we make each other laugh. And that's why we still together.
I'm so happy about it. That's the key to a long-term relationship, is make each other laugh.
It really is. And showing each other genitals.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we haven't reached that phase yet. At least not intentionally.
I did watch that stream with your butt crack, so.
Well, that was okay. That was bound to happen. That's probably not the first time it happened.
That's the first time it's clipped, though.
Oh, yeah. My butt crack's out there for the world forever.
Welcome to Every Man's Guide to Nerddom, where we are two 30 to 40-something-year-olds who talk about pretty much whatever we want. I'm Chris.
And I'm Kyle, and you guys can catch us at least every Saturday night on Twitch playing some spooky games or some zombie games or just whatever we want to play. And follow Chris over there next to me. He's Guyver Unit 01, GUYVERUNT01. And I'm KSIG, K_SIG. And we're hoping to maybe get some more through the week times, but it's a hectic month.
Sucks.
It sucks. It does. It sucks.
It sucks. I am in my super, super busy time right now. School's getting ready to start. So I'm in overdrive right now. Mm-hmm. I know Kyle's had a shit week.
Yeah.
So yeah. It's just tough.
I mean, well, it was a shit week, but for good reasons.
Well, that's good.
For the most part.
I'm going to sneeze.
So as Chris sneezes, talk about thanking you guys for sticking around with us as long as you guys have. We determined this will be episode 51.
51.
Yep. Nice. We had a good one last run with Mr. Sushi Fish Ninja, so you guys go back and check that out if you haven't.
Hmm.
And
we had a great one with Erica Clash too, and Erica has expressed interest in doing a couple more episodes now.
So yeah, fun times, good stuff.
Good stuff. So we really do appreciate y'all sticking around. We started doing this in late January.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're in middle of August, and we've cranked out 51 episodes. I'm proud of us.
Yeah, we've been cranking on it. Just cranking.
We crank hot podcast in your face.
Right in your face. You're like,
all up in your face.
I wasn't ready for that, but I love it. Yeah, that's how it happens.
And you all make sure you look us in the eyes when we give you that podcast to the face.
Just maintain eye contact the entire time.
It's very important.
It's very important. If you ever want us to finish this episode, you're going to keep your eyes locked the whole time. Or else it's going to be a long run.
Who are we kidding? We're just happy you're listening. We'll finish anyway.
Yeah. A strong breeze from the right angle will make me finish this podcast early. Who am I kidding?
And there's our dick joke.
Mm-hmm. We got in early today.
I did. I'm proud of us.
Yeah, that's a new record. Like 5 minutes tops.
If that.
Yeah. So
we're in another Nerkie. We are in Bad Batch, the final episode of season 1, episode 16. It's the finale, part 2.
Yeah. Spoiler alert: they all die.
Spoiler alert!
No, maybe
we're assholes.
No.
The episode is entitled "Camino Lost." Our last episode 15 was, part 1 was Return to Camino. And this one's Camino Lost. Kyle, where did we leave off when we left the last episode? So since it's a two-parter.
Since it's a two-parter, and quick rundown for you guys. This is the first time that you've listened to anything.
Let's do that first.
Yeah, this isn't like your quick little 5-minute review over the episode with like flashy stuff and all that. And we're gonna go like scene by scene and really break it down and really get off track a few times. But it's fun, and we get to kind of really get into the meat of the episode and see what's going on. Chris knows his history because he was a avid Clone Wars fan.
Nerd. No
Nerd.
dates. Girls didn't talk to me.
I never watched Clone Wars. I've started it a few times, and then once we decided to go through this series, decided to I'm going to wait until after I've watched this now and go back and watch it. So we had like two perspectives. Somebody that's never seen. I guess it wouldn't be the total source material, but it'd be a big chunk of the source material.
It's
Because
a big chunk.
It's all Star Wars lore, but it's from the Clone Wars, and I never watched all the way through. So we had two perspectives on this. It's cool little take on it.
So actually, let me see if I can find this article again. I was actually reading an article last night. Let me see if I can find it real quick. 16. Yeah, here it is right here. The finale closes out the strongest first season of any animated Star Wars series to date.
Okay, so let's name them all off. We've had Clone Wars. We've had Rebels.
We've had Resistance.
Okay.
We've had I can never pronounce his name right. Gennady Tarkody, the guy who did Dexter's Lab, Primal, all those. He's married to the lady who did My Little Pony Friendship is Magic.
I didn't watch that. I didn't watch that one.
That one. I didn't watch that one either, but I know the girl because if I recall, she was also the one that did Foster's Home.
That one was cool. Foster's Home.
Foster's Home is
Yeah.
Friends. Oh, I love that. I still rewatch that. It's on HBO Max now.
Yep.
He did a Clone Wars one that was actually kind of cool. I'm trying to think if there's any other animated ones. I think that's it.
It's more than I thought.
Well, I mean, they did like the Ewoks
I was
ones.
going to say, do you want to
and
talk
stuff.
about the Ewoks one?
Yeah, but I don't think that really counts. Droids, Ewoks from the 80s. My guess is they're talking about the stuff that right now that's canon, like the computer animated.
Yeah.
But kind of cool that it's the strongest, most well received so far of any of them.
Oh yeah.
So it's why? Let me ask you.
I loved it.
I did too. Well, why do you think this is? Let me ask you that. Why do you think that this is the most well received? To you, without knowing any of the backstory. Yeah.
Why? The most well
do you think this?
received, or the most? Were they saying the most well received or the most watched?
Strongest first season. It's the most well received and watched. Apparently.
Okay. I think people are ready for some more Star Wars stuff. What I really think helped was Mandalorian. I think they pulled a lot of people over, like me, that watched Mando that may not have seen Clone Wars. Plus, there's been enough time between the. Well, hold on. When did the final season of Clone Wars? Wasn't that long ago? Like it just started, right?
A couple of years ago,
Yeah,
maybe 2 years ago.
Fairly recent. So you have like a whole generation of people, like younger than us, that grew up on this, and now have a continuation of something that was like very near and dear to them. And so I think there's a lot of that goes into it, but it was really, really well done. The score of this episode, the music of this episode was amazing.
Oh, 100%.
Amazing. Like a character in its own. The animation is top notch. It's still holds that style, but there's enough little things that it looks really real, like the backgrounds and all that. And then you have, your cartoons in the front. But the story was good. It wasn't too over the top Star Wars cheesy at times. There were moments.
That's Star Wars, though.
That's Star Wars, yeah. It was just really well done, I think.
Yeah.
I have zero, and like I had the things that I didn't necessarily like here and there through the show. Not enough to have any complaints about the show. So
it's one of those that just kind of stuck with you.
Yeah.
It like I said, I have no complaints with this series. I really don't. The characters are all endearing in each way. I mean, even Dick Hair is endearing in his own way.
Yeah. They all are. All the dicks.
All the dicks are endearing. endearing dick. I mean, Omega's everything. I love Omega. And just, you get vested. Like, even Sid. I love Sid.
Love Sid. Rekka.
I love Rekka. I love Rekka. I even love little slug dude
Little slug dude. Which one's little slug dude?
in the bar.
Oh, her little barflies that hang out all the time. Both of those guys were cool. One of those,
And, like,
who
they're
voiced
little
one?
bit
Was
characters.
Was it Seth Green? Who voiced one of those?
I think it was Seth Green.
Was it Seth Green? I remember
Maybe.
seeing something on him. But yeah, like even your little bit characters were good. There's enough little offshoots, but it held a storyline all the way through. There were a bunch of little mini arcs, but I don't think there was really anything. There may be one filler episode in the whole thing, maybe, but everything's still. But there was still enough in that to carry over, and that was where they went and rescued the juvenile
Rancor.
Yeah.
Yep.
That was a cool episode. That was the only one that I think out of all of them felt, if it got left out, we wouldn't have really missed much of anything. Like a little bit. You know, she got her bow there. Was that where she got her bow?
Yep, that's where she got her bow.
That's about it. But still a good episode.
It was a great episode.
Yeah.
But and I will say this, Kyle and I were wrong on what was it, episode 14? The one with the crime syndicate with the Pikes and then the guy. We thought that they were setting up for him.
Yeah.
Play some part. Bloop. Yeah, he's gone.
So we got another season coming. So
yeah, they've already confirmed another season. So, but with that, let's start the episode.
Let's get into it.
And we are going to tell you straight up, there is not a shitload of dialogue in this episode.
There wasn't, but there were some lines, and when we get to them, I'll remember. I'll know there were some that were so topical, I think, for like us now, like in the real life,
right?
That kind of stuck with me. So when we get to those, I'll bring those up. There are a couple lines, mostly back and forth between the group and Crosshair, and there was just some really good lines that I think could do society a lot of good.
So we're starting off. Admiral Dick is above the city as they're bombarding it, just demolishing the city, and we see Clone Force 99 still carrying Dick hair.
Freaking Photon bukkake all over the whole city.
Photon bukkake?
Just pew, pew, pew. They're just spraying. Yeah.
It's just a photon
It's
bukkake.
everywhere. It's just getting everywhere.
They need to make that canon. That's going to be... God, I really want to make that the title of this episode is Photon bukkake, but we might get the wrong press for that one.
Yeah, we might get more views, though.
That's true. A photon bukkake. Basically, okay, we are now, the city's sinking.
Yeah.
And they fall, and Omega gets trapped as the blast doors are shutting, and which I'm pretty sure that's like an emergency door.
Mm-hmm.
And it's sinking into the ocean.
This is an emergency, so good job, door.
We see one of the clone troopers, and the guys on the other side. One of the clone troopers come and give it a report to Admiral Dick, and he's like, status report, and he goes, all Cameo and facilities have fallen into the ocean. Did he sound?
Yes, he did.
Did he sound extremely sad to you?
I heard him say that line like 8 times. It took me 8 times starting this episode to actually start watching the episode. So I heard this, over and over and over again, and he sounded like, this sucks. Yeah, this isn't what I don't want to do this, but I guess I'm here now.
I wasn't grown for this.
Yeah.
So this goes back to that theory that not all the clones are bad.
No, they're not.
They're not. They're not inherently bad.
No, they're not bad. They were just born that way.
Just dick hair.
Yeah, freaking dick hair.
Dick hair. So they're above the city, and he's like, go back to orbit, and we see the We see the fleet moving back into orbit, the battleships. And
Yeah.
we see AZ waking up and everything's in ruins. You know, it's filling with water. There's water seeping in everywhere.
Mhm.
He's with Omega. He wakes Omega up. His sleepy little Omega.
Yeah. Oh, hey, what's going on? I love it. He like shook her. We gotta go. Shit hits the fan. We gotta run.
And he's just like, I don't mean to alarm you, but we're in danger.
Mhm.
And she looks over and
He has
Crosshair
C-3PO
is-
eyes. I just noticed this episode too.
3PO. Oh, it is, isn't it?
Yeah, he's got 3PO eyes.
And then she looks over and Crosshair is trapped under this rubble. And so Omega grabs the comm. She's like, Hunter, Tech, Echo, is anyone there? Rekka?
Rekka?
And they're like, yeah, you know, are you okay? And she's like, not really. The room's flooding and Crosshair's stuck. I got my dick here stuck in the zipper.
Hate it when that happens.
I do too. It's painful and it's hard to get out.
They got a bust old Crosshair dick hair free.
Yeah. So they're like, you know, we're coming for you. And
Just one
Tech's
second.
like, okay, I'll keep going. Tech says, you know, I can't open this. Everything's offline. And so Wrecker goes, basically get the hell out of my way, sticks his like vibro knife in the door and starts trying to pry it.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, Dick Hare wakes up and the room is flooding quick that they're in. And he's looking around and AZ goes, greetings, CT-9904. You survived the aerial bombardment, but are now moments away from drowning. I love that.
So matter of factly, I love that.
He is.
Yeah.
He's a droid, you know, pure and simple. And she's like, AZ, help. And they're all still trying to open the door. And that water is flooding quick. And Omega goes down. She's trying to lift it, the rubble that's on Crosshair. And she just can't do it. And they're both coughing. Room's filling with water. Omega's like, you know, AZ, come down here, use your boosters to help me push this up.
He's
Well,
just such a helpful little droid.
He really is. Well, he's doing that, and then Omega gets up and starts firing into the rubble that's on Crosshair and finally gets him free. Did you notice she threw away her weapon? Not even a second thought about getting it. She jumped in to help him. Because
I did not.
For all intents and purposes, that's her brother.
Yep. I thought it was her firing down in the water, like maybe a little foreshadowing, a little bit.
Maybe a little, yeah.
A little bit.
A little bit. She goes over. I swear to God, I thought she was going to touch that knife that was going through there. She's like, what's this?
Oh, look here. So he gets it open. They get sucked through. Now, right here where they shut the door I didn't notice Crosshair come through the door. I'm like, they just shut him out. Oh, never mind. There he is.
There he is.
They
'Cause
left
they
him
just
again. She did all that work. And then it's like, oh, no, screw it. We're leaving him in the
Because they all got bukkakied.
Yeah. Photon bukkake.
Photon bukkake. It's a thing now.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
I really hope those were photon blasts at the beginning. Otherwise, I'm just going to sound stupid.
I can't recover from now. It's a photon bukkake.
Was.
We're also three.
There's three of those big guys just up there hovering over and bloop, 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 bloop.
Oh, it's so
Just
funny.
raining it down.
Make it rain.
Mm-hmm.
Bukkake.
I got an idea for the cover. I'll tell you in a little bit.
Okay. So they're running past, they're just trying to they figured out they better get back to the ship, to the Marauder. Is it the Marauder? It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
So as they're going past, they're seeing the cloning tubes, and that room's filling with water, and things are basically exploding in there. And Omega's just sitting there just looking just sad. And Wrecker stops with her and says, come on, Omega, we got to get going. Like, this is the only home Omega's ever known.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where all their brothers were born. So, yeah, she got a little sad because now there won't be any more.
Mm-mm. There's other facilities though. I mean, I think that's part of. I can't remember which episode it was, but they showed another off Camino site facility where cloning
This
was
is just
done.
the main one.
This is just the main one. So there's others, and Nalase is still
Alive.
alive.
Presumably.
Yeah.
Presumably.
Well,
we haven't seen her yet.
We haven't seen her yet. No. Presumably she's still alive, so she can still do things. This whole sequence, so they're falling. You see the facility dropping into the water what they're in. Like, I'm not terribly claustrophobic, but this whole run was stressing me out.
Well, it's like Leviathan.
It's just so many things. Like, they're going to kill somebody off. Oh no, they're not. Oh, they might. And like seeing that the facility, the building, or whatever you want to call it that they're in,
right,
like fully go to the bottom of the ocean, like it just now hit, and realize, oh, they're trapped underwater, and that stressed me out so bad. But
yeah,
like, now they're gonna swim up, or can they swim up? They can't swim up. There's only gonna be a little bit of like all this stuff going through my head. Like, hopefully they treat this accurately, like you probably should, because you're trapped underwater with only a limited pocket of air, and they did.
Right. I mean, I don't have anything to add to that because you're accurate. I found myself clenching my teeth for a lot of this episode because it's not like you know what's processing, but at the same time your body's just kind of, you're going, God, just run.
Did you have to poop, or were you worried about
I was worried that I didn't have to poop.
Clenching my teeth, my body's trying to process it. Really sounds like you need.
But
you need some more fiber in your diet. Is what you need.
No, I've got too much fiber in my diet. That's the problem. There's too much fiber. So they're completely underwater at this point.
Mm-hmm.
And they head back to their old barracks.
How convenient.
It goes, ironically, our old barracks are habitable for now. And one of the best lines I thought was when Wrecker goes, "Hey, the smell's gone."
Yeah.
And they all know it's Wrecker.
Mm-hmm.
And then I liked this interaction here. Now, here's where you see Crosshair and Hunter going at it.
Yeah.
And you can tell this was on Crosshair's mind the entire time. He goes, all those missions together, and you threw it away. And Hunter stops, turns around, shines the light at him. He's like, we made a choice, and so did you, dick. And of course, Crosshair goes, soldiers follow orders. And Hunter tells him, blind allegiance makes you a pawn. A real leader protects his squad. That's the difference between the two of them.
Yeah. Hunter is a leader.
Yeah, natural leader.
Crosshair's looking out for himself.
Which shows he always was looking out for himself.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it started out that way.
You don't think so?
I don't think it did.
I wonder if we'll ever see what the true turning point was, what made him. I mean, Crosshair still wants them to be together too, though.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Like, he
doesn't want them dead.
Oh, I forgot. I was going to be keeping track of the number of shoulder checks in this episode.
Well, there was one as they went by. Yeah, you noticed that too?
Yeah, well, that was the second one.
Oh, was the second one the
there
first
was one? Wrecker got him earlier. I'm pretty sure.
He?
Yeah. Yeah, that was I'm pretty sure that was the second one. I think there were 3 total.
Okay, yeah, this is a shoulder check episode.
Mm-hmm. Bruh.
And then AZ cuts through the floor because they're trying to get down to the tunnels. And this really freaked me the fuck out. In the tunnels. Can you imagine being under, way, way, way underwater, pitch black, only your flashlight, surrounded by water, and just walking through this little structure?
You ever play Dead Space?
Yes.
This reminds me a little bit of Dead Space.
This reminds me a lot of Dead Space.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Free on the Game Pass right now. I may have to download that and play it again.
Oh, is it really?
Mm-hmm. All 3 of them are on there.
Oh.
They're good games. I think the 3rd one's co-op. We could probably get into that.
Yeah. And then, where was it? There's this one part. They're walking through, and then, like I said, there's not a shit ton of dialogue in this episode, but Crosshair looks at the crack in water. He's like, we need to go back. There must be another way. And AZ turns around and goes, that would be unwise. I'm afraid this is our best option. And Wrecker's like, you done complaining? You know, it wasn't for you. We wouldn't be in this mess. And then Crosshair shoots back, something in your mind, tiny mind, Wrecker. And Wrecker goes, all that time you didn't try to come back. They all look at each other. It's like, oh no. And Wrecker's like, we still would have taken you.
Oh.
And then I did like this part right here.
Yes.
Really, really like this part. Why don't you explain this part? Why you liked it?
So I said, still would have taken you. Tech goes, you know, Crosshair has always been severe. Hold on. I
severe and unyielding.
Enough. Yeah.
Severe and unyielding.
It's in his nature. You cannot change that. He cannot change that. And Wrecker walks away. Crosshair asks why you're defending him. He tells him, I'm not. Understanding you does not mean that I agree with you. That's one of the lines from the episode that I think is just so good for everything, not just Bad Batch and Star Wars. That was a line that really stuck with me, is understanding you does not mean I agree with you.
Right.
Which is good. Like he's, you know, he understands him. He's taken the time to understand him. He understands why he does it. Doesn't mean he has to agree with it, but he understands it.
I think that's kind of a parallel for our lives right now.
Yeah.
You just get on any damn social media.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to find something that you don't like. Like for me, it's like the anti-vaxxers or, you know, just something that I don't agree with. But doesn't mean I don't like the person.
Yeah. Doesn't mean you haven't taken the time to at least try to understand.
Right.
That's the thing.
Exactly.
It's the flip-flop of where if you've taken the time to understand someone and then disagree with them, but now it's the automatic of, well, you don't agree with me. I'm not going to take the time to understand why. He's made the point that he doesn't agree with anything, but he understands why he did it.
Mm-hmm.
So
understanding is how I think understanding is a big thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's Tech to a T also. You know, he rationalizes everything, very scientific about it. And he's telling Wrecker, you know, in his own way, just leave him be. A cat can't change being a cat.
A tiger can't change the stripes.
A tiger can watch out for that bitch, Carol Baskins.
Bitch, Carol Baskins. This is all her fault.
That bitch, Carol Baskins.
Oh, Omega did get her bow back. I didn't realize that.
She did, but she threw it.
When did she grab it? Did it come through the water hole?
It must have come through the water hole.
Okay.
Because if not,
water hole,
Lucas, water hole. Omega needs her bow. If not Disney, we have a plot hole here.
Yeah. You know what? We're going to say it's a plot hole.
We got a plot hole. We've got Bukkake all over, Photon Bukkake all over this plot hole.
Mm-hmm.
We might just
everywhere.
have our title right there.
Photon Bukkake all over the plot hole.
Yes.
I'm glad that's a thing.
It is now.
I'm glad that's a thing.
Photon Bukkake all over this plot hole. So they're wandering through the tunnel some more, and you see the cracks all over. See, if it was me, I would be running my ass off.
Yeah, like they're leisurely strolling through the freaking. This is like the shark tunnel at the aquarium.
Yes.
And like, we're gonna take it easy, no big deal. Oh, it's cracking. Nothing to worry about.
Yeah,
we're just gonna take pictures.
If I saw some cracks like that, I would be freaking out.
Yeah. They're like, oh no, it's cool. So then they heard the roaring in the distance. And let's see. Oh yeah, these tunnels are protected. And or Omega asks if they're protected. AZ says, yeah, well, when the power's on, they are. But
I love that part.
The power's not on. Okay, so right here. Oh, let's go back. So have we seen this thing before?
Yeah, we saw it earlier episodes.
When?
I will have to go look. I don't know if it was this creature exactly, but we saw one of the big underwater creatures on an earlier episode.
Okay.
And now I'm second
I just didn't
guessing
know if-
myself whether it was here or Clone Wars.
That's what I'm wondering if we had seen this one here, actually. Like, I don't remember seeing it, which doesn't mean anything because I forget shit all the time.
That's true.
Okay, so then we see AZ's like running, trying to kick on the power. They're running uphill.
Literally running uphill.
Yeah, with the monster, and then it latches on. And
Oh, yeah, when he mean latches on, he is gnawing on it. Puncturing holes in there.
Mm. Now this thing, so it came. It's water. Well, I mean, the whole planet's water, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So this thing with his freaking mouth, like it came from the deep, came from down low. Like you saw it. It's dark. It's not like you didn't see any eyes or anything on it. So you kind of get an idea for the, what's the word? Like the biology?
Yeah.
The biology of it. Maybe that's what I'm looking for. Anyway, so this is like apex predator probably for the planet. Like, and it looks mean. It's like evil looking. Right? Like to you? Yeah.
Yeah. No, completely.
So, like, from where it came from, it came from like deep, deep down below. Like they're down, or what they were before they started going uphill, like as low as you could get, and making its way up. I really think that is actually Mephisto coming from the deep.
Shit, God damn it! I'm just sitting here hanging on every word, and I'm like, right. And did you see me? I was really thinking about it too. I'm sitting here going,
it came from really far down. Yeah.
Right. I'm like, I'm like, God damn it, Kyle.
Yeah. There are probably better parts to work that in, but you weren't ready for that one. So
no, I was not ready at all because I'm paying attention to this. I'm like, okay, where's he going with this? Because Tech has red on his armor. Oh, he must be Mephisto.
Nope, not where you thought it was going at all.
Nope, not at all. There's only one episode he hasn't gotten me in 16.
Yeah. You called me out one time. You caught it. You caught it ahead of time once. I'm doing pretty good.
I was on guard. I am so tired now.
I'm like 1 for 16 now.
But you know, you're more than 1 for 16.
I'm like 15 to 16. I'm batting pretty good right now. I got a good average.
Well, for this, like if you count all the other shows too.
Yeah.
You're like 1 for like 50.
Yeah, I've got you a lot.
You would think I'd learn, but no, because I'm stupid. Thinking about too much Photon Bukkake in that plot hole. Okay, so
they had the power on, they shocked Mephisto, and it went back to the deep.
Mephisto the fish. And
Mephisto.
Mephisto.
I cracked myself up.
Well, Mephisto.
It didn't sound that funny until I said it.
Oh, okay. So let's recap this episode. We have hot Photon Bukkake.
Mm-hmm.
We've got Bukkake in your plot hole.
Mm-hmm.
And now we've got Mephisto.
Dick hair stuck in your zipper.
Dick hair stuck in. We are batting. It's a good day.
Good. We're doing good tonight. All right, or today. Could be tonight for all you guys know.
It could be. Hey, keep going. I've got to quiet down some people.
All right. Yep. So as Chris goes and doesn't murder anyone in his house, where were we? We were rambling. This episode was just going. So AZ did kick the power back on. There was something really important here. Let me go back. They get up, and they're in another room with all the cloning tubes and such. And I think it's Hunter that asks where they are. Let me see here. Yeah. Hunter asks, what place they're in. It's, Nala says private lab. Omega says this is where our mutations were manipulated and enhanced. And the Crosshair is like, how would she know? And he says, because she was there. Omega was created before us. Technically, she is older than we are. So they kind of hinted to that. I don't think they explicitly said it for the last episode or episode before.
What was that?
That Omega was actually older than them. It was kind of hinted at a little bit. But now it's
last episode, all they said specifically was that I remember you in the tubes.
Yeah.
So we assumed that she was born at the same time.
Yeah. Now we know that she was actually older. She came before them.
Is it weird she's the older sister
Yeah, totally.
and she doesn't know shit?
She should pull that card. Like, hey, I'm the big sister.
Rekka,
Bitches.
bring me a
Rekka.
beer.
Bring me a beer, Rekka.
But
What
you're
a Foster's.
10. You're 10, Omega. Get it for me, bitch.
Bring me a Foster's.
Bring me a Fastas. A Fastas.
No, that's Australian. They're all Kiwis.
They're
Never mind.
Kiwis.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. They have
Close
Fosters
enough.
down there too.
Close enough.
Okay. So they're driving along.
Mhm.
And
Walking along.
Yep. And then what is that? Oh, that was the tunnel.
That was the tunnel. That's how they needed to get to where they were wanting to go. And now they can't get to where they want to go because the tunnel's down.
So Wrecker, states that's going to be a problem. Well, no shit, Wrecker. Thank you. That was helpful.
No shit, Rekka.
No shit, Wrecker. And then AZ's kind of like looking a little rugged at this point. And
A little haggard there. A little worse for wear.
he's making some noises, and Omega goes, "What's wrong, AZ?" And AZ says, "My battery cells are depleting. I apologize for the inconvenience." I'm like, he is just a droid all the way.
Mm-hmm.
With a statement like it's like, "Oh yeah, no, it's cool. I'm dying, but
I'm dying, but I'm
It's fine.
sorry if you're put out a little bit by my death.
I apologize."
Yeah. Sorry, guys. Really did the best I can. I can't help that I'm dying.
And then next thing you know, they're all gathered up, and Echo says long range comms are down, oxygen levels are down, and Dick
Critical.
Hair, this is what happens when you let a kid call the shots.
She's older than you, Crosshair.
He's such a dick.
You idiot.
And Omega just kind of looks down and he's like, Hunter, that kid saved your life. And unlike the Empire who left you for dead. And then Crosshair, that's your problem, Hunter. You take things too personally. I mean, they're going at it, and you can see the rest of them like,
Somebody,
hey, look, cracks in the wall.
somebody needs to go back and edit this episode with like reactions from a live studio audience. So
Like,
every time,
"Oh!"
woo.
Like, even like the old sound bites from like
Yeah.
old Arsenio Hall shows.
yeah.
Oh!
I bet we could do that. I'm not going to though.
That's more.
I could, but I'm not.
That's more work than we're willing to put in.
Yeah, somebody go do that.
And they're just arguing back and forth. He's like, Crosshair's defending the Empire. Well, Hunter's like, they destroyed an entire city. And Crosshair's, they did what needed to be done. Caminos, Regs, the Republic. That time is over.
He's
Crosshair
saying that
just
now
doesn't-
because he's alive.
Yeah.
You know, if he'd been dead. Well, I guess he wouldn't be saying something different if he was dead because he'd be dead. But
Yeah.
my logic didn't carry there.
Not today, Satan. Not today.
It started good, but then there wasn't really there's a plot hole in it. Anyway,
He's
The
not
logic's
breathing
flawed.
as good now that he's dead.
now
We're having a lot of fun with this episode. I don't
we
know. if
are a
y'all
lot
can
more than I
tell
thought
that.
we were going to because this is like a pretty damn serious episode.
It's a super serious episode.
Mhm.
They're in danger of dying. I mean, we know they wouldn't die because there's a season
Do
2.
we? Well,
Yes, because there's a season 2.
what if the season 2 would have actually been like they all died, and then season 2 is like, no, let's say she's like cooking up a whole new bad batch. Like, hey, look, we got Wrecker 2.0. over
Except
there.
she doesn't have the supplies she once had, so she's got like a mixing bowl and like one of those little old time hand mixers that you had to like crank.
She's got the little flour sifter, and she's like, okay, what's
She's like, "What are you making? I'm making a Rekka. So I
Making a
need
Rekka.
some cement, some rocks. What are the
Mhm.
rocks for? His brain.
brain? Yeah.
All right. What else? Steel.
So you got powdered rhinoceros. We need some powdered rhinoceros or space
What's-
rhinoceros.
Space rhinoceros.
Yeah.
We need some human horn. And
the lower horn or
the lower horn.
Lower
the lower horn.
Okay, yeah.
And we need a yardstick. Why a yardstick? Don't ask me questions. I'm not saying.
That'd be funny. This is how she ended anything. Don't ask anything. I am not a say.
I don't say I am not say.
I have.
You got to do it like the cameo and stuff. I am not a say.
I can't. It's just like I have spoken.
Or Nala say ended everything with bitch. I am Nala say. Bitch.
But she just does in that nice cameo.
Yes.
I am Nala say. Bitch. Peace be with you.
What happened? We have Photon Bukaki. Bitch.
I wasn't ready.
Yes, Photon Bukaki. That goes down as one of your best ones, I think.
I'm gonna hang on to that one.
Okay, we have got to play on a spooky Saturday night, like Dead Space 3 or something, where there's lasers, photons,
Mm-hmm.
and just start firing like Photon Bukaki.
Oh, pew, pew, pew.
Chove can just look us in the eyes.
Mm-hmm. Not the face. That's the point, Chove.
Bitch.
Bitch. I said, bitch. I said, bitch. We've lost all control over this episode.
We're tired, but
We
it's
are.
still fun.
I've been chugging
Okay.
this Red Bull, and I don't need to be drinking it. Here we go.
Here we go. Crosshair still defending them. He's like, the Empire will control the entire galaxy, and I'm going to be part of it.
Why
Like,
does he think it? They
I
wanted
don't
him
know.
dead. Like, is he thinking he's just going to show up at the door? Like, hey guys, you forgot about me back there. Come here. I didn't know if you knew I was there.
Hey,
But
I'm still at the bus stop.
hey, still alive. Yeah, it's like the kid they left at the. Yeah. The phone rings. Like the bus didn't get me.
That's what it is. Well, and okay, this part I didn't really get, like his blind allegiance to the Empire.
Mhm.
Because
Where
You
did he
know,
get
he
rechipped? No, I don't think he got rechipped
no. I don't know.
because they
It's
were
a
wanting to
possibility.
get. Well, I mean, he's a clone. They're wanting to get rid of all the clones anyway. They
Yeah.
probably wouldn't have.
Well, and he doesn't realize that Admiral Dick wants all the clones gone. No, he has to know
He has to know, but he thinks he's better. Oh, that's what it is.
his superiority complex.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He thinks that makes him special, so he's not expendable. But the Photon Bukaki proves otherwise.
Right. But I still can't believe like the freaking like hubris of him. Like he's just going to show back. He's going to just fly up and dock on the ship. Like, what's up, guys?
I'm back.
If he just walks up and just, what would be great if they like he docks. They're like, hey, Crosshair's here, and Admiral Dick's like, shit.
I sent his invitation by mistake.
Oh, we didn't. He wasn't supposed to be. Who
Who
let him
invited?
know?
Who
let
invited
him in?
Hunter?
Who let him in?
Who invited Hunter?
And then he just like walks up to freaking Admiral Dick and just like punches him.
Right in the nuts.
Yeah, I am the Admiral now.
Which all right. Which clone invited Hunter? Judas. Judas the clone.
CTJUDAS. What'd you do?
And he goes, "What? Me? Rekka's funny."
Oh man.
And now we're delving into sacrilegious.
That's so sacrilegious.
And he's like, "Hunter, you made the wrong choice." And then he shoulder checks Hunter. And Hunter's just basically, don't fool yourself.
That was number 3, right?
Yeah.
Or was that number 2? That might have been number 2. The one earlier may have been the first one. I don't know. There's a lot of shoulder checks that happen.
There's shoulder checks. And Hunter goes, "You made the wrong choice, dude. You're just a number." And he's telling him, "You're never going to be a name. You're not going to be Crosshair to him."
Idiot.
Crosshair goes, sits by himself, puts his hand down, and Omega goes, sits next to him. And she goes, "You never liked it on Camino, did you?" And Dick Hare's like, "Go away."
Go away.
She's like, "I understand.
Stupid
I spent
kid.
most of my life in this lab. Go away." She goes, "I was down alone in here until you four were created. That's why I was determined to find you all again." Because she wants family.
Mhm.
But God, I need to make that sound clip.
What? Oh, don't.
Yes.
Don't do it.
Family.
I know what you're thinking. Please
Yeah.
don't. Oh, but
But anytime
if you
Toph
could like
talks,
where this is paused right now because you have if you could swap out Crosshair's head for Vin Diesel.
I can do that.
Something about family, and we're set for a
Being a
cover.
clone doesn't make you one of them, but it makes you family. I can make that happen, you know.
That's what we need. That's what we need right there. In case you guys don't realize, we plan the episode as we're recording the episode. It
Hold
works
on,
so good though.
Okay, hold on. I'm getting this photo on there, so I remember it for later. So go ahead.
So, Crosshair's giving the top to Omega. Being cloned doesn't make you one of them. And I like this where she's like, I wanted to believe is the inhibitor chip that made you like this. But I was wrong. I was hoping she'd be like, but I was wrong. You're just a dick. But she didn't say it. I hope that gets like, I hope Disney's listening. Like, guys, it would be great if you could slip that line in there somewhere. I know you guys are out there listening. Disney, make it happen.
We know they really enjoy our podcast.
They should. They should. Look at I got great artwork behind me.
We do love Disney.
We do. We love them so much that we're keeping an episode in our vault for just this special occasion that it comes out. So they figured out that they can use the tubes. They're using the tubes that they were born in to save their lives.
Oh, how appropriate is that?
Yeah, that's not convenient. So that's how they're going to get to the top. They're going to have to like blast a hole in. They said the tubes are airtight, so they'll be able to float up. But there's a debris field out there that they have to navigate and dodge around to get up there so it doesn't bust through the tubes. And AZ was volunteered by Crosshair. He's like, oh, yeah, the droid can do it. And so he's going to guide them up through the water so they don't burst and, you know, die and drown and stuff. So again, this whole scene was making me nervous. Like, oh, they're putting blast charges on the side of the lab on the windows, and they're just going to hopefully, like, it seems like there's like a lot of hope in this plan that they'll just, you know, go out the hole and float in the right direction, and that droid is going to work out great. So they're all sealed up. It looks like, is it Hunter and Crosshairs in the same? Because they doubled up in some. Like Wrecker had to have his own. Right. Hunter and Crosshairs in one together. Tech and Echo are in one. And Omega is in one by herself, which is kind of weird. You think that they would have doubled her up with somebody. Because she's little and doesn't take that much room.
Well, and they were talking about the balancing too, right? Well, maybe I don't know. That is weird. That is one that kind of got to me.
If you're Crosshair, and we're like, hey, we're going to get some tubes, and you're Crosshair, and you hate everybody right now. And you're like, okay, well, I have the choice of either getting in the tube with Hunter or saying, hey, Omega, get your little ass in the tube over there with Hunter, and I'll get my own tube. But no, they put him and Crosshair together, or him and Hunter together, then Omega's in her own little tube. But as soon as that happens, you know, like, oh, this is going to work out perfectly. Anyway, I digress.
I mean, again, you're not wrong on any of that.
No, I mean, there's reasons for it, obviously. That's one of those things that
minor nitpicks.
Not minor nitpick. Hold on, I dropped my googly eye. It just kind of bugs me a little bit. But it works for the story because, you know, that's something that they have to do to work for the story. So they're floating their way on up. And AZ's doing his thing of, you know, dodging. Well, he was doing a good job of guiding them through all that. You know, his eyes are flashing, so he's obviously losing power.
Which we knew.
He's getting a little weak, but he was doing a good job of navigating everybody through this debris field to the surface. And he goes to help Omega, and she gets hit by it's like two cross beams is what it looks like. Big chunk of metal hits her tube and then drags her down. So here's our next stressful thing. You know, you see AZ spinning. We see his eyes flickering. And we see Omega heading towards the bottom. And it looked like was her canister leaking some because it got cracked when it got hit by that.
Yeah, it looked like it was leaking.
Yeah. And so then AZ's like in a panic to, set her free. So he starts busting out the old cutting torch. And then we see, OG Bad Batch being birthed to the surface in their little test tube canoes. AZ gets Omega free. He starts guiding her back to the surface. And Hunter's asking what's happening. So she's, radioing back up. So AZ's got me. Everything's going good. Everything's going fine. We know as soon as everything looks like it's going fine, it's probably not going to go fine.
We know it's not going to go fine.
Yeah. And so AZ starts kind of flickering more and more and more and powering down. He tells her her path's clear. I've completed my objective. Fades to black. And this was like kind of creepy looking as he's like
powering down.
He powers down completely and just like starts to drift down to the abyss. And Omega is like hardcore, leave no man and or droid behind. And without like a second thought, she pops the tube and goes to get the droid. It's not like they don't make more of them, whatever. Like,
but she is a kind soul.
Mm-hmm. And AZ must be like heavier than we thought because she's struggling. Like he's pulling her down. And then we see, Hunter, it was getting ready to go in after her. And Crosshair pulls the gun and looks like he has it to the back of Hunter's head. But he's actually firing his little space harpoon. Sticks AZ, drags the droid and Omega both to the surface, saving both of them. So I'm glad Omega made it. I don't know, call me cynical or whatever. I was hoping for a little bit of something bad. Like it's the season finale. I thought somebody was going to die. Then when I saw that the droid was going down, I was like, oh, they're going to cheap out a death and they're going to, burn it on the droid. So you kind of expect somebody to die in a series or season finale.
100%. We were taking bets on it.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Oh, we were, weren't we?
Yeah. And we both lost.
We did. In this moment, I thought it was going to be the droid. I'm like, don't cheap out and use the droid. And then they say the droid's life. I'm like, well, crap. Now, nobody's going to die. I'm all let down. Hate me for that if you want, listeners. But I wanted something to push them further. They lost somebody. You know what I mean?
100%.
But anyway, so they start paddling in little tube canoes. And so they're back at, I can't remember. Is the Marauder the name of the ship or the class of the ship? We talked about it earlier.
I want to say it's the name of the ship.
Okay, we're going to say it is for now. We'll be corrected if we're wrong.
You guys can correct us, but I want to say it's the name of the ship.
Now, all the times that we've seen Camino, all I ever remember is that it was rainy and cloudy and there's always a storm.
Yeah.
Have we ever seen Camino like it is right now? If we have,
I want to say we have.
Okay.
But most of the time that we haven't, it's been rainy.
I say I almost always remember. I don't remember.
And I wonder if that's like foreshadowing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I've never seen a clear skies Camino that I can remember. I'm sure I have. If it's actually existed, I'm sure I have. When you guys hop in our Discord, the links are in the show description. Like, tell me that I'm wrong if there has been one. I'm gonna go research it. And if there hasn't, this is really cool.
Hey, look in the chat.
Oh, okay. Oh, are you proving me? What'd you say? How do you send me here? That's the group. Wave. Now I'm gonna have to save it and open it. Hold on.
You
Saving.
should just be able to click on it.
It's not letting me. It's making me save it to open it.
That's weird.
Okay. No, not System 32. Okay. Okay, I got it saved. Let me look at that while you're doing that.
Okay. So Crosshair's just telling him none of this changes anything. Basically, I still hate you guys.
Yes.
So
Yes.
screw you guys. I'm going home.
Basically.
That's exactly what it is.
God, he's so moody.
He is
He's-
so moody. He's brooding.
He's the emo brother.
He'd be the Robert Smith of the group. So,
God dang it.
and Hunter goes, you offered us a chance, Crosshair. This is yours. Crosshair says, I made my decision. And Hunter's like, we want different things, Crosshair, but that doesn't mean we have to be enemies.
That's the other line.
I'd love that. Do you think that makes us family? Do you think that we see Crosshair turn at that? Do you think that actually hit Crosshair, or is he just being defiant? Just a defiant little fuck.
I think he's back to being broody. He's like, you guys just don't understand me.
You guys don't understand me, Mom.
You know what it's like to be born a clone. You say you do, but you don't. Like, dude.
It's, Who is it? It's Crosshair. He works at the Cinnabon.
I'm running off to the Empire. The Empire understands me. I'm going to move in with Dad.
I'm gonna move in with Dad.
Or I guess it would be Mom, wouldn't it? Well, he didn't know that. Yeah.
He knows Nala Say.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I mean, I didn't know that. Does he know that they took her away?
He has to. I guarantee you he does.
Okay.
Well,
maybe.
I don't know if Admiral Dick would have given him insider information like that, because he was trying to get rid of all the clones. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's a good question.
I don't know what I know anymore.
I know that there's family.
Mm-hmm. God dang it. That picture's great. That's
You're welcome.
you guys are seeing what the cover is. It was made during the episode recording. So
I was going to use the opening bombardment for the Photon Bukkake, but I think that one's way better.
that one's good. I like that.
So, all right, they fly off, and next thing you know, we're on. You can tell the Empire built some bases in these mountains.
Mm-hmm.
And a shuttle comes down, and Nala Se comes out, flanked by tons of commandos, clone commandos.
What are the ones with the blue visor again? They're
The clone commandos.
okay. Those are the command. I thought they had another designation.
No, those are the commandos.
Okay, so we got Lady Tech walking out.
Lady Tech.
Mhm.
Okay, I don't know if this was if this is, hold on, let's see.
Dun, 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 dun.
They have a doctor in their name. I can never pronounce her name right. I think it's Apra. She's pretty famous in the Legends series,
Okay.
and people are hoping she'll become canon because she's an amazing character. And I almost wondered if that was her. I don't know. I think I'm just projecting at this point. But yeah, Lady Tech walks out.
Yeah, that's what she looks like. She looks like, yeah, she's got the goggles.
She does look like Lady Tech, yeah.
Lady Tech.
And she's like, welcome, doctor. You know, the Empire has big plans for you. And Nala Se is just, you can tell she's just depressed now.
I think, oh, guys, go back to work. Like,
Give me a mixing bowl and a mixer.
she's probably ready to retire. You know, she knew like it was all coming to an end. Like, finally, I get to go on vacation, going on these space cruises. Like, nope, you're going back to work. You're not fully vested yet in your 401k. So
Sorry.
your space retirement's not ready. Now you go work for the Empire.
Sorry.
Mhm.
That was the end of the Bad Batch season 1. What'd you think?
I liked it. I did.
I did too.
So there's a lot of good stuff. It really made me. I mean, we've talked about it off show too. That, and I have a little bit on that. I've had a really, really hard time getting into Clone Wars and starting to watch it because it gives me a really like an overly Saturday morning cartoon feel. But now seeing like, and after talking with you and talking with Coda and talking with like who else was it? Somebody else, that the later seasons are more in line with how this is.
Yeah.
Then I want to watch it, and I'm going to do it before season 2 comes out. I'm really going to try to get all of them in.
Yeah, that'd be a good idea.
Mhm.
So we have some options for some Nerkies coming up. We've got What If, which I think will be fun to do because it's just there's no lore behind it. It's just pure just enjoyment of us just watching it.
Yeah.
We have had 3 requests now to do the new Suicide Squad movie. And Hawkeye is coming up.
Yep.
So we've got some more Nerkies planned, and then Kyle and I have to sit down and think of some more episodes coming up that we need to do because Chof is wanting to do his Weird Al episode.
Well, we've got in the wings that we could do. We do have the Weird Al episode. We have the Beard episode, which is going to be fun.
Mm-hmm. We have the wrestling episode.
We have the wrestling episode. We have the planners. We have
We've still got that big list. We've got a ton to go through.
a ton of stuff that we can do, and
A couple more streamers.
now there's going to be some a couple weeks coming up where we're both pretty busy, and we may just do a couple episodes of us just talking about what happened in the week as far as nerd culture, anything new that's coming along. You guys might get some of those, and they may be shorter episodes. They may not, because we tend to get on here and ramble. They may be like 4-hour episodes. Who knows? But so we'll have some of that coming for you guys, and then by the time September is over, once we get back into October, we should be in a pretty good groove again. So
yeah, definitely.
Mhm.
So if you guys have any requests for shows, let us know.
Yeah.
We're here for you guys. That's the whole reason we do this. Well, okay, again, being selfish, we do it for us, but we like hearing from you.
I just do it for myself.
God just said, fuck you guys.
Fuck you guys. No, I love all of you guys. And
So we appreciate the Discord's getting bigger, and there's a lot more chatter lately. We appreciate it. Oh, let's talk about EGTN football.
yep, we got Fantasy Football League coming up. If you're not in the Discord, you need to be in the Discord if you want to participate in that. Like I said,
Run by Mr. Justin.
Thanks, Justin, for doing that. Again, we have the links in the show description on how to join the Discord. All you have to do, and some people kind of miss this, is once you join, there's a little pop-up that shows up that you've joined the Discord in one of the channels, and you just have to react to the rules to say that you've agreed to them. Nothing crazy, but there it is.
We have bought. Well, I bought the first part of the prize. You saw what I sent you on the other part. How the second thing was more expensive than the first. So
We'll
that
figure
might be
something out
next
on that.
paycheck. Yeah.
But we'll have some cool stuff coming.
We are also working on some EGTN merchandise.
Yep.
And if you are interested in any of that, let us know. Let us know what your interest would be, because we're not going to put effort into it if no one's interested.
Yep.
But
Low effort.
But we've got some ideas for some merchandise. Like if you guys want some EGTN shirts, you guys would be interested in that, let us know.
We can make it happen.
So with that, thank you for sitting through this, listening to Bad Batch with us. We really appreciate you all. And this has been Every Man's Guide to Nerddom. I'm Chris.
And I'm Kyle. Wherever you guys are, have a great evening, morning, night, whatever it is. And please be good to each other.
See ya.
Nerd could rise up. It could get elevated. Nerd could